ready?
Just waiting on you. Everything's up.
Cartoons? You couldn't find any real photos of these people?
Well, my granddaughter, Rihanna, the 5-year-old, she wanted to help her Papa George out with his police work, so since she likes to draw, I had to draw me some of the principles, and I told her I'd hang them up.
And for a 5-year-old, she was pretty precocious. She even added the bullet wounds to the head.
Those aren't bullet wounds, just 5-year-old shit. Only she knows what that represents.
5-year-old shit. Yeah, I can buy that. Because I'm pretty sure that's a rat. You know, you could have just told her you used the drawings.
Yeah, I could have. But Papa George doesn't lie to his grandkids. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, well, here we have our two murdered victims, Trent Kosey and Denny Miller. Classmates at R.J. Newman High School and recently formed couple. Both shot and killed with what appeared to be a golden gun after just pulling up to a pump at a Chesterfield gas station on Reeves Boulevard. According to their family and friends, they were on their way to their homecoming high school football game. You look at the gas station surveillance footage.
Yeah, and you're right, definitely wasn't a botched robbery. I mean, the guy just walked straight up to the car and started shooting inside. It was personal.
And that's why two suspects come in. Before hooking up with Denny Miller, Trent Kosey was in a relationship with Justin Jerome.
Okay, seeing how Justin's one of the top suspects, I'm going to take a guess here and say that Trent broke up with Justin.
Yeah.
And Justin didn't take it so well?
According to witnesses, he made a scene in the school cafeteria, confronted Trent.
He dumped him in a crowded cafeteria. No wonder he was
No,
pissed.
he broke up with him the night before. The next morning, Justin took it to the cafeteria. And for his final act, he flipped over a table and punched a hole in the cafeteria wall. Trent was sitting with Denny at the time.
I think we have a winner.
Not so fast, Sherlock. We still have another suspect to examine. Duncan Parrish, former boyfriend of Denny Miller. And yes, Miller broke up with Duncan.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Unless this guy Duncan stood atop the cafeteria table and yelled out, "I'm going to kill you two." My money's
I mean, it's nothing that extreme. I mean, his friend said he complained about being a sucker for Denny, doing his homework and giving him his allowance money and stuff like that. I know it's not as grandiose as punching a hole in the cafeteria wall, but sometimes it's the quietest dynamite that does the most damage.
Sounds to me like you like Duncan for this.
Well, as it stands now, it could be either one of them.
Okay, the murders took place moments before the start of the homecoming football game. Did any of the two suspects go to the game?
According to them and some witnesses, they both did. But that's no alibi, because the murders took place before the game.
Now I'm thinking more of their behavior at the game. Were they nervous, pacing up and down, or were they pensive, detached from the game?
Well, Duncan posted a live video of himself at the game. He was jovial, seemed to be having fun. Too much fun if you ask me.
That's probably his way of saying to Denny, "You see, I'm not at home crying in my beer. I'm getting along fine without you."
Or his way of saying, "Hey, look, detectives, I'm having fun at a football game." Is this the behavior of someone who just committed a double murder?
So you do like Duncan for this. What about Justin? What was his behavior at the game?
Sat in the top row of the stadium, all by himself, like a kid that was just dumped by his boyfriend.
You know, like a kid who just killed 2 people. Did any of the suspects ever mention having a golden gun or their parents having a golden gun?
As far as any of the people we talked to, none of them were aware of any of the suspects owning any gun. And as far as the parents, we haven't talked to them yet. But when it's all said and done, since the suspects are too young to purchase a gun legally, it's going to boil down to the suspect having stolen his dad's weapon. And that suspect being Duncan Parrish, of course.
You're gonna stick with that? I don't see it. I don't get it. I mean, I don't see what you see that trumps Justin punching a hole in the cafeteria wall. I mean, that. Oh, all right, what's your case? What's your case? Let me hear.
Okay. Out of the blue, Duncan's lover dumps him for another guy. He's upset. Can't believe how much money and time he wasted on this relationship. So the night of the big game, he steals the household gun, shoots Denny and his new lover. Then he goes to the big game and records himself having a good time to match what he did.
Interesting. Fictional, but interesting.
Okay, funny man, what's your take on it?
All right, here it is. Justin Jerome was in a relationship with Trent Kosey. Justin was in love, Trent was not, so he dumped Justin, who got so upset he punched a hole in the cafeteria wall. But that wasn't good enough, so he got a gun. From where? I don't know, but he got a gun and shot and killed Trent Kosey and Denny Miller. Then he went to the homecoming football game as some sort of post-alibi.
No. Yeah.
Hey, Rocky. Sorry to interrupt, but you gotta hear this.